Hello, all you lonely boys out there, and welcome back to the Lonely Boy Hour, the only podcast with more hosts than boy band members. I am your host. I don't have an intro. This is me guessing. I'm your host, Kelvin, aka the Noodle Doodler, and I am joined with another host who is the host and has always been the host, Taco.
Coming in hot off the bench. What's up, guys?
Yeah, we've been benching of our mini hosts. He's been, we've had him on the bench for for most of the season. We're letting him out, and joined with our newest host, Offbeat Outlaw.
Wait, what? I'm a host
Expect him in every episode going forward.
This
Congratulations
is not
on
the
the
contract.
promotion.
I'm gonna have to ask you to speak to my manager. Disgusting, vile.
So, our legal team just doesn't exist.
My mom.
It's just you can take this up with my mommy.
Could your mom call my mom? My mom can
My
drop
people
me
will
off
call
and
your
yours
people.
can pick me up.
I feel if I genuinely asked my mother, hey, I'm having legal trouble. Can you call this guy's mother? She'd be like, yeah, what do you need me to say? Like,
Good.
So before I have a story with that, but before I jump in, Offbeat Outlaw, would you like to tell people who you are and what you do in life and on the internet?
For sure. Hi, I am Offbeat Outlaw. I am a TikToker / YouTuber. I was a YouTuber first, but gained traction on TikTok making funny skits about Dungeons and Dragons. However, because TikTok is potentially going down the tubes, I suggest you go and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And hey, pop a follow on that TikTok. You can see me making funny skits, playing video games. And what are my credentials? I do have a degree in theater and acting.
What is up with the art degrees up in this room? Taco, do you have a degree?
Dude, you think I finished school in 4 years?
I thought you might.
Dude, I'm a forever learner, dude. Like,
what up?
Oh, okay.
do we want to talk
Dude,
about my failure as a college student? Because I will.
Oh, jeez.
No,
I'm
currently in school.
Okay,
no.
I have a
And will be
I have a
forever.
BA for audio video production.
We're on our
You weren't joking about being a forever learner. I'm just gonna be in school forever.
Yeah, no. I'm on my
needs to
way to
grow
that
up?
BA for more specifically like audio for radio. But
Oh, cool.
yeah.
I wanted to do movie editing and then I didn't. So here we are.
What a
Dude,
journey.
What a journey,
Just
right?
this last semester with quarantine, had to learn. We did a class on Foley work, so like generating
go?
sounds from other things. Oh, it went heavenly until we got kicked off campus.
What did you do?
Well,
What, Taco?
no, we quarantine, my guy.
Oh, I thought you literally meant like you did something to get you
I
kicked
thought
out
you
of
guys
the-
like emulated a gunshot. And then everyone was like, "Get down!"
Just in there with like the two wood planks, smacking them together to make the loud slap.
Yeah. Snapping celery sticks, screaming.
No, so we went from having like a Foley studio with like boxes of gravel to walk on to getting sent home and being told, I don't know, man, just record your projects with your phone microphone and maybe something works.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Look, I can't even imagine what online schooling is right now, especially for something like Foley work.
I am
Yeah.
so happy I graduated this year because my like people in the grades below me doing theater class, they're gonna be fucked. How the hell are you supposed to do improv over Skype?
I mean, we do improv via D&D via Zoom.
Yeah, listen,
but like, how are you supposed to grade someone? But it's not just improv. You got dance classes. You got like absurdism classes.
Oh my goodness.
Anyone who's taking a dance class at uni right now needs to just like their project needs to be getting a following on TikTok. That's the final for the class.
Just only do. I got 125,000 followers on TikTok doing dances. Just this enough.
Yeah, get a follow back from Charlie, and that's an instant A. Just regardless of class.
Well, you failed every test so far. I don't want to know what the tests are.
But Charlie gave you a follow.
It's the rules. So Taco, just to finish up, Taco, in case someone hasn't seen your episode, do you want to explain what you do?
Oh boy. I live eternally in the shadow of my snake Rafiki.
Oh, yeah.
And make TikToks with him, and I stream on Twitch. At twitch.tv
Our
slash
boy,
Dat Dirty
our
Taco.
boy Dat Dirty.
Yo,
You know
that,
it.
That moment when a snake got more charisma than you, though.
It's a very sore subject.
So, speaking of it being a sore subject, how do you feel about Zoe's character for Saga, the D&D podcast that's coming up?
I haven't listened to the second podcast to ever exist yet, if it exists.
It hasn't come out yet, no.
Okay,
We're supposed to have a meeting about getting our recording schedule down for it soon. I've done so much writing. It's so stupid.
Didn't you start with the end of the campaign?
I did work on I started with the beginning, and then I was like, ooh, but this would be a great way to end it. So I have I don't think it's weird to start writing a campaign by building the big bad first, but that's essentially what I did, and it is a reference that no one is going to get, and that is okay.
It's for you.
It's for me and the group of people playing, but It is. In case you aren't abundantly aware, Zoe's character is based off of your social media presence, Taco.
I am very aware.
So, Offbeat Outlaw, this is a D&D podcast I'm working on with a couple of people, including the normal co-host of this podcast, Zoe, in which it is a normal fantasy realm, but it's got social media. And all of the characters are trying to become famous influencers because you actually get power from having followers and getting a lot of likes.
That's hilarious.
So they're all starting with about roughly 100 followers, and I told them all to design their characters to be influencers, and then build their class around what their content is.
That's amazing.
And Zoe decided to base hers off Taco, so she has a pet goat whose horns form into a heart, and they get much more love on social media than she does, and she's secretly jealous of it. So she picked a ranger for her class so that the goat could keep getting buffs and getting better and better. And so that's Zoe's character.
It's a cruel joke on my existence.
Yeah, she even said it was based off of Taco. Like, I was like, we could have just had that be silent. She told me. She's like, no, it's based off Taco.
No, Trashy's
She
one
wants
to
the world
twist the
to
knife.
know that it's based off Taco.
Right, Taco, thank you. So, real quick, I want to quickly address. So Zoe is maybe dead. I'm sure she's fine. But I have not been able to get in contact with Zoe for a few days. She's an adult, so I'm not too worried about it. But an episode's got to come out. It is Sunday right now, and this episode comes out tonight on Patreon and tomorrow on the main feed.
Oh, you've got your work cut out for you.
Oh yeah, no. As soon as we leave, please don't do a lot of audio bugs. Please don't just be making background noise. We got as soon as this episode ends, I'm immediately, as soon as the audios are up to grab, I'm going to be editing this and then posting it.
I'm praying for you, if that does anything.
I am praying for you.
It doesn't,
as well.
but it means the world to me that it. Thank you. So that's what's going on over here. But I was kind of like, hey, shit, I need to do something. So I was trying to figure out if anyone else had a way to had contact from her. And I was like, Taco and Zoe are friends. I like, that's something I know. So I messaged Taco and was like, I had a realization at the same time where I was like, if she doesn't show up, I can't do a podcast alone.
I mean, you've done it once before, haven't you?
Completely a solo podcast? No.
Oh, I thought that happened at one point.
No, I've thought about it. I've thought about just doing an episode where one of us is the sound of tumbleweeds and crickets. That was my backup if no one came through. But I asked Taco if he could come in today, and he agreed because he's the best. And then he also brought a guest.
Dude, I
thought I was a host now.
Yeah, you're a host.
This is bullshit.
He brought another host. Shows up to 6 hosts.
Wow. Incredible.
The only show that gets a new host every episode. Every guest never gets to leave. They just keep doing the show. The Patreon cuts are like 0.5% each by the end of the podcast runtime.
So, Outlaw, I have a question about your content because
Go
I did my homework. We played
I'm
D&D
proud of
on
you.
Pfeffers' Twitch stream, twitch.tv/longshotrpg.
Thank
But, So I knew that we jived, and I knew that I thought you were funny, and I had seen the skirt videos, which have some notoriety to them. But today I went to the end of your first video,
very end.
And your first video that is still up is done to the President of the United States, Peaches.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
And you immediately just won me over. Just claimed my soul with one audio.
I didn't even know that. Now you've claimed mine.
Yo, I vibe with the President of the United States.
They're so good.
They're so good. Like I play bass guitar. I've been playing it since I was 11. I'm like 21 now. And their song Boll Weevil has got the sickest bass line. And I was like, ooh, that's stanky. So yeah, Peaches is just too good. It was the first audio I looked for on the app because I was like, oh, this has got to work.
Yes.
And
did
you start TikTok this year?
I started it. Yeah, I started it this year. I started it in April. Like that is my first TikTok. That is the first video I ever made.
I hurt. You already caught up to me. I'm hurt.
I'm sorry. I'm coming.
I mean, how many followers do you have?
He's gained 3,000 since I asked him to be on the show.
That was this morning.
He was at 101 this morning. He's sitting at 104K now.
You're coming for me, man.
Wait, how many do you have?
I have like 110 somewhere in there.
Well, I'm gonna message you in about 7 days.
Yeah, maybe. Apparently, more than that. To be fair, a lot of my followers aren't even there for me at this point. They're all here for a video I'm not gonna ever do a sequel to.
Which one?
What is that?
So I have a very viral audio that went around TikTok and is kind of still going around TikTok. It's a video of me, and I was barn sitting.
Oh my god!
You know the one.
This fucking
I went around booping horses' noses because I had nothing better to do, and it was excuse me, sir, boop, thank you, and and you, sir, and it was just that for like a minute, and then everyone and their mother, and then that person's mother did it. And so a lot of people know me from that now, because when you look at my analytics, like 98% of the people who found that video found it from the sound specifically.
They're like, it's horse poop, man.
It's like a lot of people, it's become a pattern on this podcast where when I mention that, people are like, oh, that was you? Which is not the claim to fame I wanted, but it's okay.
What you got?
If you guys, if you had to give your claim to fame, what would you be? Because Tacos is a snake. I love you, Taco. It's a snake. What's yours?
I currently have 2 videos that are competing to be my best video. So my claim to fame, Offbeat Outlaw, is like my main bread and butter, is just making skits about my absolutely batshit stupid party members. Like they're like so dumb that they couldn't figure out that if you arranged candles from biggest to smallest, you might just open a door. People so stupid that they didn't realize that bringing in an egg from a species of dragon through a border might be considered a felony. So stupid that they argued that blowing up an entire city was worth it because there was one bad dude in it. Like, that was my first claim to fame. But then...
Shit! Go on.
Then there came a few weeks ago... I was rooting through my closet, and I found an old costume that I worn for a Halloween a few years ago, a sexy angel costume. And I bought a skirt with it, because, how am I supposed to be sexy without a skirt? Doesn't make sense. So I bought this skirt, and then I realized something else. I look pretty good. So then I put it on, and I made a video of me duetting there's this one famous TikToker who all of her videos just her dancing in a skirt. I duetted one of her videos of me dancing in a skirt, but I have dance training and also my hips don't lie. So that kind of made people go ooh, outlaw. And then all of this backlog to bring up the second claim to fame. I have this single video that just that goes, okay, so we have heard of girls in bikinis on roller skates, but I raise you boys in skirts on skateboards. And that's that.
I can see it now.
Yeah, and that is all competing for my best video, and what a lot of people currently know me for is the D&D TikToker who also has a skirt.
So I also own a skirt, and also
I
own
too own a
skateboard.
skirt. I don't own a skateboard, but I don't think they're that hard to get.
They're not. Well, then what are you
They
guys
are
waiting
challenging
for?
to
Show the
stand
trends.
on.
But that I don't know how I could. I don't think I could emotionally handle if I was like walking somewhere and then I saw 3 guys in skirts on skateboards ride by.
I would
Dude, that's-
follow them because wherever they're going is more interesting than what I had planned for my day.
That's,
Right?
that's
Whatever
the main,
is about to happen.
that's the party. That's the main party for the campaign. Like you
We're
follow
about.
them.
Listen, we all need to get skirts and. Well, I guess we all need to get. I need to get a skateboard, and then we'll all be good. We all just need to ride down a street like that. In that.
Yeah. But also, I'm in Canada.
Oh, that's
Well,
so.
once
not
America
that-
gets its shit together and I'm able to go back to Canada, I frequent Toronto, so
Oh, you do.
Well, let me look up flights to Toronto. I guess.
Yeah.
they're not that bad.
I gotta get. Listen, for the meme, I'll do anything for the bit. You have no idea.
Hey, if that's what it takes, do it. Once you guys fix your Corona situation.
Hey, dude, the
Come on
Supreme
down.
Cheeto put on a mask like yesterday, so we're making steps.
Supreme
I was
Yup.
playing a D20 mod, which is like D&D, but in current times, D20 modern game today. And one of the characters is like an uber Republican, so all of our characters turned on the news, but he made a point to say that he was turning on Fox News. And we were making jokes about Fox News because it's like the idea we were all turning on the news because there's like a zombie outbreak, and we turned on like we just made a bunch of like jokes about the ridiculous things that would be on Fox News, and then we kind of had that moment where we're like, ah, shit, this could actually be on Fox News. They don't address the pandemic at all, the zombie one in this case. Anytime it's hearsay. Like,
The zombie apocalypse is a hoax by the Democrats to control the election 2 years from now.
Yeah, that was.
High key, like this pandemic situation has been proof that no matter what you do, like the end times could literally be happening. An asteroid could strike the Earth, and people will still turn it into a political issue.
Oh yeah.
No matter.
I love vague statements because I work at a gas station. If that wasn't common knowledge, and so I see a lot of people every day. I also live in the South, so some of those people are interesting. And I've heard this exact sentence about the pandemic so many times. I'm sick of this pandemic. You know, it's all political. You know that, right? And they never specify like what politically it is. I've never once got it's all political. It's a hoax to affect the election so that this person wins. I've never got one of those. I've gotten multiple. It's political, but never about what part of politics.
That's what you don't want to ask.
I don't. I noticed I didn't say I asked.
Well, like,
I don't want to know.
there's like two things. One thing that's super odd to me is like every side has their they, like their DJ Khaled they, and you'll talk to people about like what's going on now who are on the more conservative side of things. Are like, it's they're trying to control whatever the hell, blah 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 blah. But I'm just like, who's they? You're in the Oval Office. You're in the Senate. Like, you're in control right now. Like, who's they? Who's fighting you so aggressively?
Like maybe if like Obama was still president, you could maybe perhaps you could argue a they, but even still, it don't make no sense. I'm watching you guys as your weird hat, looking down, and I'm like, what the hell is happening in Florida? Could someone please explain?
We don't talk about Florida.
We don't talk about Florida. It's good.
Well, you gotta.
It's a rule in the show. Actually, we don't.
You don't.
We've never We don't talk.
Wait a minute.
I went on a vacation to Florida since this show happened. I've never mentioned it.
You've been on a vacation to Florida?
Listen, they have really nice beaches when no one's there. Unfortunately, there were people there.
There will always be people there.
Yeah, but like the beach itself is nice. The people on it isn't the best. But I did not mention it on the show, which was just a coincidence. But We don't talk about Florida on this show.
The person I've had full cloth tell me that Corona is a conspiracy and that at hospitals they're marking people down as causes of death as COVID-19 when it's not actually the cause of death is living in Florida, born and raised. So,
I've seen that hoax floating around.
Yeah,
I've seen that one going around.
So, it's so fucking.
Wait, I have one more question for the Canadian, and then I'm ending the podcast 20 minutes in.
But it's an hour-long show.
I know. But
literally just the podcast ends.
Did you see the video of Daddy Canada, aka Mr. Trudeau, when he was asked about Trump's response to COVID and how it would affect Canadian-American relations, and he just sat there in silence, gritting his teeth for 21 seconds?
I did. How are you supposed to answer that question?
It's just such a clear display of how the rest of the world is perceiving our lunatic country right now.
Oh yeah, like if you ask any Canadian, regardless, like there's not really like Republicans in Canada. We have conservatives; they've got their own issue. But like even if you ask conservative people in Canada, even they are like, guys, what the fuck is going on in America now?
What's happening down
What
there?
is happening? This is not
Hey,
okay.
buddy. Hey, friend, can you come here for a sec?
Can we just like talk? We just want to talk.
I feel like Canada's about to come down and like sit us down for an intervention. We're gonna like walk into the room and like all of our allies are just gonna be sitting around in a circle and start reading letters, and be like, "We love you," and that's why we're here.
I hope.
I more imagine like Canada is like turning their chair around and sitting on it backwards and be like, "Can we rap for a sec?"
Maybe I feel like it's gonna be more like you come home from a night of if you come home from a night of partying, you're just out with someone all night. You come back, your genitals are itchy, and then your mom is sitting there, being like,
face mask on. She turns the lamp on next to her.
Like, where were you? I just want to talk.
Curfew was a few hours ago.
Yeah. And the light, and you're like, shit, furiously scratching yourself, knowing that your mom just caught you with chlamydia. Relatable, right?
Listen, yeah, it's so relatable. Every week.
Offbeat,
I'm
has
kidding.
your mother
I
caught
don't
you
live with
chlamydia?
my mom.
I've never had an STD.
Taco, has your mom ever caught you with chlamydia?
No.
Have you ever caught Rafiki with chlamydia?
Oh no!
Well, you see.
I don't
You
know.
can't contain this snake.
Well, hold. Okay,
He's
so
a
like
party snake.
Rafiki has no way to like give me input about how he's feeling, right? Other than like aggressively looking at my hand and being like, "That thing's scaring me right now." So I get super anxious. It's akin to like when my little brother was like really young and he had no way to communicate, and we would just like sometime imagine things were wrong. So one time I pick up Rafiki and I'm holding him, and I like for some reason look at his stomach, and there's like these red little dots like all over his belly and like just there.
Oh no.
And I have no idea what they mean. The internet tells me nothing. At least it's not like WebMD where it would just be like, "Oh, your snake has cancer." But
He has
find
tummy cancer.
no information, and he didn't have them when I got him. And if someone hears it and is like, "Oh, that's such and such," let me know, because it still just persists on him. But that I had like convinced myself that my snake was dying and I couldn't figure it out, and we went to the vet like 3 times.
Oh, baby.
Just for them to be like, "We have no idea, my guy."
He's a snake.
Yeah, they were like, "He's probably fine if he's eating."
I have gotten that exact sentence from vets so many times.
Oh yeah.
Like, I recently got my cat fixed. And she was spayed, and it looked like a part of her insides were trying to become part of her outsides. So I called my vet, and they're like, "Oh, we're about to close. Is she still eating and drinking?" And I go, "Yeah." And I gotta bring her in if she stops. Like,
Yeah, I had
probably fine.
Yeah, I had a bird. I have a bird. He's not with me now. He's somewhere else. He's with my parents.
Do you
right now.
know where he? Okay, I was gonna say, do you know where he is? You're being vague. Yeah, he's somewhere.
He's just flying around. No.
Wherever he is, I hope he's happy.
he's with my mom and dad right now. But like there was a period of time when he wasn't eating, and we were very worried. So we kept taking him to the vet because the vet originally wanted us to bring him in just for a local checkup, but then he stopped eating after we took him to the vet. And then we had like he's not eating, and then we took him back, and then he ate less, and then the vet was like he's got this and this and this, until eventually we just stopped taking him to the vet, and then he started eating. So eventually we realized that he just gets anxiety from the vet so bad that he stops eating altogether for like a month. And we were like,
Yeah.
Cool. Also, this vet was a dumbass. So our bird's prone to biting people. Our bird is a little shithead. He likes to bite people if it's not a hand that he recognizes. So we warned the vet. We're like, hey, dumbass, put a knife glove on. That thing's gonna bite the shit out of you. And she's like, I know how to handle birds. 30 seconds later, she closes the door. We hear, ow, fuck. Comes back out, grabs the knife glove, goes back in.
Oh, that's good shit.
Our bird is a good little shithead. We didn't.
I mean,
raise
I
him
don't
right.
blame him for being terrified. Like, the vet's especially, like, when I got my cat fixed, it was, like, one of the first times she'd gone to this vet. So we, like, put her in a box, which is never good. She never is excited when we put her in her carrier. Then she couldn't see where we're going because, like, obviously I'm not holding the cat's, like, fucking cage up to the window. She has no idea where we're going, and then we leave her at a place she doesn't know that well, and then we leave. Like, we go home without her. Like, obviously she's gonna be terrified.
What if that was how we handled doctor visits for people?
Yeah. Alright, we throw you in a cage that has no windows. Then we take you to somewhere you don't recognize. They knock you unconscious, and you wake up missing a limb, like missing an organ.
You wake up missing your testicles. That's the vet. Every time.
Every time. Shit, it happened again.
Damn.
Gonna have to go get new testicles. You keep taking them. The trick is that they're secretly selling the testicles to other people, and that's where they're making their money. Whenever you go to the doctor, they just take your testicles and then sell them to someone else.
It's all political, you know?
It's all, listen, this testicle robbing thing is all about politics.
They're
okay?
taking your testicles.
Listen, they're taking your testicles so that you have lower testosterone, so you'll vote for them Democrats.
Someone will believe that. Someone would buy it.
Unfortunately, you're right.
That's on Fox.
That's gonna be on Fox News tomorrow.
Someone will believe that people are trying to turn their dog into a Democrat because people believe that their dogs have politics.
Alex Jones has bugged this show and is already starting an episode of InfoWars on it.
Alex Jones is already at my door. What are you talking about?
Can you imagine if Alex
Get
Jones...
your ass out here!
Open up!
Buy this water purifier!
Can you imagine if Alex Jones discovered frog TikTok?
Oh god, he'd die.
His
my
brain
God.
would not be able to handle it.
He would see all those gay frogs and he would just mock.
Turn the freaking frogs gay!
It's in the fucking ocean now.
Oh goodness gracious! I love Alex Jones from like just watching him perspective. He's just a great man. Like there's no way that is who he really is outside of like doing his show, right?
Apparently he is. Apparently he's a fucking psychopath.
Yeah, so a big part of what he does is he's able to he doesn't charge like hosting fees and stuff to have his show anywhere. His only his thing is that he has to be allowed to advertise for whatever he wants. So he'll spend an hour telling you what they're putting in your water and then be like, "Oh, and we're also sponsored by this water purifier." He's just I could not have that much energy all day.
I'm just saying it's like...
I think he's drugged before the show. They dope him up on ketamine and they're just like, go for it.
Let me step in and tell you right now that is not what ketamine would do to that man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hold on.
Look, I'm not a cool person.
As a guy who has been on ketamine,
I have not, but I have seen it many a time.
Look,
okay, I want to make it clear that I was not on ketamine for partying. It's also an antidepressant.
I only drug that I've seen people on is weed because that's very much legal in Toronto and every one of my programs
drug.
Weed limo.
I remember when I was living in Oregon, like I was at like a friend's house, and it was like when weed got legalized there, and he's like so mad about it. He's like, we're moving to Canada. And I leaned over to my friend. I was like, should someone tell him? I don't know if I want to tell him. We're moving to Canada. Sick of this legalized weed.
I love that shit about Americans. Whenever anything, especially they'll be like, this sucks. Gay marriage. We're moving to Canada. But it's been legal since 2008, boy.
Yeah, no, I've genuinely considered moving to Canada multiple times.
Teddy has been yelling at me about moving to Canada.
Can we all just move to Canada? Offbeat, you just stay where you're standing.
Yeah.
Well, let's all move to... Listen, I'm packing my bags. Got a flight tomorrow. Offbeat, can I sleep on your couch for the next 300 days or so?
You have COVID.
I don't currently.
I
know. I don't, and I know I don't because I just had to. This is something for the podcast. I got really, really fucking sick for like 4 days.
Oh yeah.
So of course I went and got tested, and it did come back as not detected yesterday. So we are good. But man, it was a really bad flu. And to those who haven't been COVID tested, it sucks. But please do it.
Oh, I can't get tested. They won't test me.
Why?
Oh my god. Okay, so me and my grandmother live together, which is the way I phrase that to make me sound less like I'm living in my grandma's basement.
Less sad.
Yes. But so I went out and protested for a week, and part of that was I was like, but I live with my grandma. I'm not going to be able to come home. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of gross. So I stayed in a hotel. I went and couch surfed for a bit and then stayed in a hotel for a week. And I was like, I don't have the money to stay out for much longer. I'm going to be cutting my isolation short by like 3 days. I should just go get tested. And I went and checked all the places, even the places that said I didn't need a doctor recommendation to get tested. When I filled out their forms, marked that I was a caretaker for an elderly at-risk person because technically yes, told me no.
Wow.
And I couldn't get tested.
It took an hour for me, like right outside of Nissan Stadium, which is the stadium here. They're doing like basically drive-through testing, which is a good thing. It took better part of an hour. At the time I went to get tested, I was only a little sick. And they were like, yeah. And they just they shoved a Q-tip way up my nose. Mm-hmm. Like I was doing it.
There's a whole world up there, man.
I was doing it, and I had someone with me, and with her, they barely touched the inside of her nose. I could feel them poking at my brain up in there.
Yeah, no, that thing goes like your sinuses apparently are like a bag of holding. They just keep taking stuff in, like.
Yeah, no, they had the really long Q-tip, and I was like, that's like they're barely gonna like that whole thing. They almost lost it up in there. Like, they were exploring in there.
I listened to
I found some of my childhood toys up in there.
Like I've dug around in my nose before with a finger, but I did not find an entire other world up there. Like
there is one. They found like a penny I shoved up there as a kid. Like, what was this doing back
here?
That's
why kids are shoving marbles up their nose. They know it's just extra storage.
It's a bag. This is the most horrifying visage you've ever presented to me. Is a kid like getting to their friends and just holding down one of their nostrils and then deeply exhaling, and marbles just flying out.
It's a defense mechanism. They look back, shoot marbles at bullies.
Horrifying.
Oh god, that is a truly horrifying visage. So, jeez. Oh god. But yeah, I got tested. Let's all move to Canada now, except for Taku, who might have COVID.
Okay. Well, actually, you're right.
Rafiki. I want to make it clear. Rafiki can come. He's good.
I'll pay for Rafiki's ticket.
I swear.
I will drive to Rafiki and then fly to Canada. I think you live in the Pacific Northwest too, so it's gonna be a long way.
Oh, it's gonna be a long haul, yeah.
I live in Tennessee these days. It's okay.
Kelvin, do you have any opinions about that town in Tennessee that's like Christmas Mecca?
What the fuck are you? How do I not know about this?
Oh my god. Okay, I know there because so my uncle Robbie, who's my grandpa's brother, so my great uncle, the man is Santa. And the way that my grandfather kept me convinced about Santa Claus, I hope we don't have young listeners, for infinitely longer than is appropriate.
I want to say we don't, but I know we do.
Well, wake up call. Santa's real. He's my great uncle. My grandfather kept me convinced until like my early teens because he had photos of like him and Santa in non-wintertime, non-Christmas things that were my uncle, like to the T, and he like was in all the parades and stuff. So there's this town that he lives by in Tennessee that's like super crazy Christmas village during the holidays, and he got hired as their like permanent like resident Santa.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's like the Pope of mall Santas.
He runs the fucking
Right
Vatican. Yeah, no, I'm
Did you
done.
find any marbles?
Yeah. Oh shit. Just coughing out marbles. Opryland? It's not a town, but it's an area, and it's very Christmas.
Santa Land, Texas.
Tennessee.
Santa Land, Texas.
Hey, this is the most unrelated thing on the planet, the worst segue ever known to man. Did you guys ever watch Courage the Cowardly Dog?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
It came up in conversation today with some of my friends because one of my friends made Eustace in Dark Souls, and he has a very big weapon that he calls his mallet.
I'm getting me mallet.
That is terrifying.
And I was like, as soon as he said Courage the Cowardly Dog, I remembered all of the fucking terrifying villains. Offbeat, I don't know if I mentioned this, but you are allowed to swear on this show. I don't know if you have.
I've been swearing, yeah.
Yeah, swearing means so little to me that I don't notice it. But, like, I just got instant memories of all of the different fucking creepy-ass villains, and that show was in no way should have been for kids. Like, even now, looking at them, I'm terrified.
Yeah, I don't know how they like pitched that show.
Well, it was Cartoon Network. The standard was pretty low. I'm just going to be posting some pictures of some of the villains that creep me out in the chat.
Yes, like a visual.
That's why my custom status on Discord right now is return the slab.
Return the slab.
Return the slab.
Horrifying.
And then this motherfucker, this white head with black
That's just
eyes,
the moon, brother.
Harvest Moon guy.
Harvest Moon looking motherfucker.
Yeah, the spirit of Harvest Moon is that motherfucker's name. He's terrifying.
He is. It's
That fucking tree. Y'all remember that tree? He's creepy. I don't have a picture of him readily available, but I can if you need it.
What about the baby? The weird fucking baby. Courage the Coward. You know what I'm talking about?
Not off the top of my head, no.
Oh man, there's like this. Oh, there was this weird enemy with like an umbilical cord that he had to face.
I hate what you just said.
That took me to like Dead Space. That's where my brain went.
It was horrible. I don't know what it's called. Dang. Give me the villains.
You guys also, like, we have to realize Ren and Stimpy was a thing.
Oh yeah,
and, like,
Ren and
Rocco's
Stimpy
Modern
was.
Life. The man was a sex worker on the phone.
All I remember from Rocco's Modern Life is an episode where they were on a cruise and went to the Bermuda Triangle.
Why is that just a shitty green screen of someone's mouth?
Right? It genuinely is an animated tree, and then it's got like a diamond like of no bark, and then they green screened a man's mouth onto it. It is 2010's shit posting in whenever Courage the Cowardly Dog was running.
Yo,
That one's for those googling it. That is the Magic Tree of Nowhere. I think is the Magic Tree of Nowhere.
Look at this baby ass motherfucker.
Okay.
Look at him.
Oh, that thing. That fucking. I don't remember what that one's called, but
It's like
you don't want to know.
deformed crazy frog.
An overformed crazy frog.
It's Crazy Frog's twin that he ate in the womb.
Yeah, it's got like a little weird arm and then a noodle arm that goes up into its head.
The little arm
That
is where
looks
he was
like-
attached to Crazy Frog.
It's terrifying. Listen, that was just something that I remembered, and it's Still never gonna unremember.
I think
These guys will be in my nightmares. Return the slab, baby. What I'm saying is we need a what's it called?
Reboot?
A reboot, of Courage the Cowardly Dog.
We do. We need one for like a.
It needs
Adult
even
Swim.
worse CGI.
Even more horrendous. I think part of the reason why these things are terrifying is because they are horribly rendered 3D images in a 2D plane. And that's
that's not okay with me.
Yeah, like what is the shading on this Return the Slab guy? He has no shading. He is
Return
luminous.
the slab.
He is glowing. He's got that afterglow going on.
Listen, I cannot handle the fucking spirit of the Harvest Moon. Oh, jeez. Hey, so speaking of not thinking about this in my nightmares anymore, you guys do D&D on Twitch, didn't you? Don't you?
Yeah. Well, we're both part of I don't know what else Taco does, but we're both part of this campaign with Sir Pfeffers.
Yeah. So which one are you guys in? Oh, you guys are in Fester. Okay.
Yeah, we're in Swampy.
Because I knew he was doing 2, and I was originally supposed to be on 1, but then like 3 of my employees quit, and I was like, shit, guess I can't guarantee that schedule then. So I had to duck out, and that was the other one, where it's like a...
Island survival.
quote-unquote colonization and exploration.
How to take over some indigenous lands.
The character I was making for that was a paladin who was an Oathbreaker paladin, and his thing was that he was a paladin to an evil deity, and he decided he wanted to become a good guy. So the guy who was a paladin to was like, "Oh yeah, well fuck you," and cursed him to just continue to have his powers. So he wants to be a hero, and he's really bad at it. Was the character I made for that.
Sad times.
He wants to be a hero, but he just does not know how to do it.
Oh, Outlaw! You have an early video where you used an Invader Zim audio, where it's like, "Why don't you love me, Father?" And it's like, "I want you to be dead."
Oh yeah.
You need to use that in reference to your little brother in the campaign.
And just real quick, where can we find this?
Twitch.tv/longshot RPG.
To this day, I have trouble, and this is only going to be a reference for Taco. To this day, have trouble saying, like, Twitch League, because I want to just say Kanoa Daddy, because I said it 1,000 fucking times.
You have been brainwashed.
Yeah, it worked. So, this is the part of the show where we explain the joke to new guests. During Kanoa Daddy's episode, before the show, I asked him, I was like, hey, you go with me just calling you Kanoa, not Kanoa Daddy, right? And he's gonna like, no, you gotta say the whole thing. You gotta say Kanoa Daddy every time, so that way people remember who I am. And I'm like, okay. And very early on, he dropped his Twitch, and it became a joke that his name was twitch.tv/Kanoa Daddy. So we said it about once every 5 minutes. So by the time the episode was over, now whenever I say Twitch things out loud, I almost say /Kanoa Daddy instead of the actual slash.
Kanoa Daddy's just getting free plugs all over the place now.
Oh yeah, he's getting one right now.
he has an army, like including his follow. This is no shade towards the Ohana or anything like that, but there are people within the Ohana that just shill for him because they want to.
Yeah,
it's wild. It's incredible what he's built.
Yeah, and I don't think he has partner either, sadly, on Twitch.
He's gonna get there. He's been on the cusp for like 4 to 5 months.
Since before he came on the podcast. Yeah. And that episode led to some drama because I have mentioned before that it was my favorite episode, and I hurt Taco's feelings.
You broke my little heart.
I have gone back and explained myself since then.
I know, but anytime it gets brought up, it just hurts me more.
So the reason...
wait, no, I'm double mad because Trashy got asked what her favorite episode was, and I wasn't even, like, on the podium.
What was her favorite episode? I can't remember.
I don't remember either. I just distinctly remember it had nothing to do with me.
So, the context on that one, the reason it's my favorite is because if you want a focused interview style podcast. There's still jokes and japes in there, but it's always on topic. It's always moving from one topic to the next very naturally. You should listen to episode 3 with Mr. Pillowsuit. If you want chaos like you've never seen before, it's just everyone's interrupting each other, yet somehow it's still moving, like we all understand each other. It's getting off track and never getting back on the track. You listen to Dat Dirty Tacos episode. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's episode 9.
I don't know.
9 maybe. I knew it was one of the early ones, but I don't know what it is. And then if you want the perfect middle, there's chaos, but it stays on topic. You go to Kanoa Daddy's episode. And I didn't explain that the first time I said that Kanoa Daddy's episode was my favorite. So I got some upset messages from our old pal Taco.
I'm also I'm painting a picture of myself unintentionally that I'm super narcissistic, and I'm like, I have to be both of your favorites. When really, it's 80% a bit.
It's a meme. Yeah, you would like to be our favorites.
You would deeply like for you to be the favorite, but it's not a big deal if you're not. It's just like Christmas won't be as nice this year.
It's a personal attack from Trashy because Teddy and I drove down to Niagara to meet her as she crossed the Canadian border for the last time that would ever have been possible, and we spent a whole day in Niagara Falls with Trashy. So it's a personal attack.
I remember this time, and then you did the shoe bit that never ended up in the podcast.
The shoe bit. Oh, that poor child who fell off of the wall of Niagara.
I'm tempted to just take the shoe bit and upload it to the Patreon or something.
Why didn't the shoe bit make it?
It's because my computer at the time fucking broke, and so I lost access to my audio. And I've gone back and forth on what to do about it. I've thought about completely recreating my audio by guessing, because there's some good. That was a good episode because it was you, it was myself, it was Zoe, and it was rest in peace Johnny Song.
Oh, the last episode, the Halloween.
My little songbird.
He'll come back.
I'm not saying that Johnny was the glue holding the world together, but I'm saying as soon as he left the United States, the pandemic happened and all the other shitty things.
He's still in
happening. Utah. I thought he was missioning in Canada.
No, he's in Salt Lake City still, I believe. I'll have to check the Johnny Song newsletter. But,
I gotta check the newsletter too. When he wanted to add me to his literal email newsletter, I gave him the podcast email.
Oh my god!
I was like, "Listen, we all deserve to know."
He sends them out weekly. There could be a bit where you just report on the events of Johnny.
A Johnny report.
Yep.
This is
I have never met someone in my entire life who has their own newsletter that they send out to people.
Well, it's time you meet Johnny Mercurio Songbird.
Actually, I did. I had a girl in my high school. She was very religious. She was Mormon. She every week she would send to me and several of her friends all of the bad deeds that we've done for that week. My frequent rule that I broke was what the fuck are they called? Uniform violations and quote unquote making swearing too much.
Swearing too much.
And I said, and I told her to fuck off. She was my friend, but every week she would tell us all of our sins. She would tell one person to stop having so much sex, another person to stop making lewd jokes all the time. It was really great.
Sounds like you had a very horny group of friends. If those were the only 2 sins you could think of off the dome.
We were a horny group of people.
Any young group of non-asexuals is a horny group of people.
Have you seen my
content?
content?
There are just hormones up in there.
Yeah, Kelvin, did you do your homework? Have you seen his content?
Have you seen the comments?
Am I more prepared for your show than you?
I watched the most recent 10 videos.
Okay.
In rapid succession.
So between the two of us, we understand Offbeat.
Yeah, listen, we really got to know Offbeat before Offbeat even knew what my name was.
Wow. Everything has just been laid to bear. You know my entire history.
Listen, we know your deepest, darkest secrets. We know it all. I can read your mind now from 10 videos.
Okay, tell me.
Because I want to make it clear, 10 videos in a row, okay?
Wow, okay. What am I thinking of right now?
You're thinking he probably won't be able to think of this.
Fuck.
I didn't know if you were going to go with the bit and just say fuck to whatever I said. I should have said something really bad.
I was just going to go with the bit.
You're thinking, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I hope he doesn't know where I buried that hooker. Like, and all of a sudden the podcast episode just ends. No episodes come out ever again.
Cut the cameras.
Outlaw.
Cut the cameras.
Have you ever ran into a situation as a content creator where like someone thinks they know you better than they do?
Yeah.
All the time myself.
Okay.
Oh man, all the time. Every single one of my comments in my videos are people like desperately trying to like be like they're trying to tell me funny stories about their D&D games as if I'm their friend and I was there. Like, and it's a weird thing because like those situations are only funny to them and their friends, but not me. So I'm very confused as to why they will comment these things sometimes. And I know it's mostly kids. But one time actually in my Discord, someone was like, I know exactly what type of person you are, Outlaw. And I was like, okay, go for it. And he was like, you're the type of person who will not take shit from anyone and you're super badass. And I'm like, I am lazy and I slept till 3 today. So you're wrong.
I had a person come into my live stream. Like it was like my first time streaming on TikTok again. This person comes into my live stream and just goes, you know, I really thought you'd be nicer from your videos.
Not wrong.
And I was just like,
Wow.
and like what prompted it is like I answered for like the 8th time, either go get the snake or has Rafiki bit you? And I think it was go get the snake. And I was just like, dude, scroll up, read the other comments. Like I've answered this like 10 times. And then they're like, well, I thought you would be a lot nicer. I was like, you've seen me for 30 seconds. Like you witness what I allow you to witness.
Yeah, it's definitely, like, I get a lot of comments like, you seem like the kind of guy I'd like to hang out with. And I'm like, no, I would hate you, actually.
Yeah, the fact that you commented that proves I would hate you, actually.
If you would get along with the character I've created for TikTok, I would hate you. Because I am just, like, I don't know, you get a vague sort of version of my personality on the podcast more so than on TikTok. Mm-hmm. But I have created this character who is angry all the time, is just insulting people left and right, and is so easily irritated. And I am just the calmest pushover on the planet normally.
Yeah, I really
like
think that's
nothing bothers me that much.
Yeah, like people don't understand on TikTok that like these people I play in my videos are characters and caricatures and exaggerations of myself, but they aren't me. Like, one time someone was like, wow, you seem like an asshole. And I was like,
that's fair.
I'm like,
actually.
Probably, but like, how did you get that from this video?
I mean, we know, but hey.
That's one of the things that I like super like about Twitch though, is because I've talked about this before with like my stream, is like YouTube people typically don't survive on like a streaming platform. Because they're used to flipping a switch and being on, like what we're probably used to for TikTok videos. And they're used to doing it for 10 minutes. But you can't do that for 4 hours. It's too exhausting. So like the people who like hang out with me in my stream probably get the most realistic version of my actual personality, and those are like my viewers that I'm like closest with.
That's why I'm bad at streaming. That's actually not why. I'm bad at streaming because I think I am a good rehearsed comic and not a good improv comic, which is I went into the wrong podcasting business. I've gotten better at it, but and streaming has helped a lot. But I am, especially like even when like a lot of times when I play video games, when I first started streaming, I was real bad about talking, literally ever. Because I would just get focused in the game. Now I at least I communicate a lot more, which is good. But I am not a good improv comedian for the most part, and I die on Twitch very quickly if I didn't improve. Do you? I know Taco does Twitch streams. Twitch.tv/thatdirtytaco ?
Yes.
Oh, cool. Do you considered Twitch streaming Offbeat Outlaw?
I have considered it, and I used to stream on YouTube. But the thing is my internet was super bad. So like the stream would constantly be dipping, and it would just like crash. So I've got new internet today, so hopefully that's something I can do in the future. I really enjoy streaming because what you were mentioning earlier, Taco, about like flipping a switch, like you do you're always playing like a bit more of a heightened version of yourself. I find when you're streaming, even though it's not really a switch. I find it very reminiscent to being on stage and acting, like in that sort of like adrenaline and that sort of like presence that you need to constantly have. So I enjoy it, and I'd really like to stream, but I mean my internet's been good so far throughout this call. I haven't dipped. I haven't crashed once. If you go through
and we're coming up on the end of this show, so we're doing good.
Yeah, I know. We really do be out here. But if you look in the Longshot RPG VODs, you'll see there are 2 times where I just like either stop moving or I just disconnect, and then I disappear for a bit, and I'm like fuck. But hey, if my internet is as good as it's been tonight, I probably will stream.
We good. You can do it. If you get into streaming, make sure to send me the link before this episode comes out tonight. So just send me the link later today.
Okay.
And I'll include it in the show notes. So check that out.
What games do you play, Offbeat? Are you a pro gamer? You an epic gamer?
I am an epic gamer.
Do you pwn all of those noobs?
I pwn 30% of noobs in Super Smash Bros.
So, like, are you saying that you've played 30% of the total noob population? Or of the noobs, you pwned 30% of the ones you do find?
I played 30% of the noob population, and I got them. But the second we get above, like, that noob population, oof, we sometimes go up against some struggles.
You're a good casual, is what you're saying.
Okay, I am the king of casual gate. I will challenge AlphaRad. Popular Smash YouTuber AlphaRad in casual Smash Bros. If you ever
That's it. We listen. We're Smash Broing right now. Getting the Switch. I don't actually have. I'd have to buy and download Smash.
Didn't you have to like go onto like the black market to get your Switch?
Oh yeah. I don't know. I guess if you know this,
yeah, you talked about it on the podcast, but
yeah, I had to. I got it on Facebook Marketplace, which is basically the black market. And it was such an adventure. It ended with me finding a guy who posted 2 minutes ago and was like, "I will give you cash and drive to you, please." Like, I've been looking all day.
What is on that Switch?
Animal Crossing.
It was genuinely mostly Animal Crossing, even though I didn't buy Animal Crossing until a week later.
I see.
Because if I got a Switch, I wanted to be able to spend large amounts of time playing it at once, and that's not what Animal Crossing is for. So I bought Breath of the Wild first, and then I got Animal Crossing.
Good game.
Yeah. Next up is either Smash Brothers, ARMS, or Luigi's Mansion. I haven't decided yet.
Get Smash.
Is it just so I can compete with you in Smash?
Maybe, but also because I am
King of the casuals.
I've easily clocked over 1,000 hours in that game. Easy.
Holy.
Easy.
Ooh,
I
fuck.
joked. I'm actually pretty good at Smash. I'm not just a casual.
You gave me the idea of making a tournament of people who are not competitive Smash players.
I mean, you can
Just like
still do
regular
that,
ass casuals.
but throw me in there to fuck with people.
I'm gonna put you against the only professional player in the tournament.
Fuck. Not that. I'm good enough to beat everyone who's casual, but not good enough to be professional in any capacity.
This is my new goal: is to create a show, be it on YouTube, Twitch, or if someone will pick me up, where it's just called King of the Casuals, and it's just tournaments for people who are not particularly good at said thing. I think of a new thing every week that Netflix would probably pick up if I pitched to them. My most recent one.
I mean, Netflix will take anything.
Yeah, they'll take anything, right? I specifically picked Netflix because they'll take anything. So hear me out. So it's a show with like a bunch of catwalks. Some of them are like sideways. Some of them are normal. They're all in weird configurations and shapes, and they're all suspended above the ground. And over time, some of them will start to slowly and randomly descend. And it's a highly competitive game of the floor is lava.
I feel like that's a Spike TV pitch more than anything.
I feel like that would sell to
like an American Ninja Warrior style people parkouring across these catwalks as they're falling.
There already is kind of a show like that. Do you guys have Ultimate Tag?
What?
I've watched Ultimate Tag. That was my inspiration for this.
Well-
It was like, what if it was just in the air?
I mean, I feel like Ultimate Tag. I feel like if you told them, I feel like they're gonna add that in like season 2 or something.
But yeah, instead of tagging, it's just. So, have you not seen competitive tag before, Taco?
Never.
It's so good.
It's so imagine people with parkour skills actually playing flag football without a football.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, usually they have to like basically tag the other person within a certain amount of time, and there's just all kinds of like platforms and shit that they jump across to try to get away from each other.
Yeah, it's pretty hype.
If you have, you need to watch it,
Yeah.
Taco. Just because it exists, it needs to be watched.
But the show that like I think is like in the same vein as Ultimate Tag, but is infinitely better is it's Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's show, like the King of the Titans or something.
Oh, I've seen that, but I've not watched it.
Okay, it's so good. You see people who are just like infinitely stronger than you, competing against each other, doing crazy shit, and like lifting boulders and like pulling down walls and like, it's insane. It makes you feel so lazy, but like damn, you see some thick ass people on that show.
Some big boys.
Some really big boys.
I want it. Listen. My last thing was Floor's Lava. Now it's King of the Casuals. Because there's I don't remember the name of it, but there's a cooking show for people who are bad at cooking. It's just that, but it's just all kinds of different things.
Have you guys noticed that Fear Factor went from being like an MTV thing to now it only happens on Snapchat?
Is it on Snapchat?
What?
Yeah.
Last time I watched it was at my barber's, and I was like, "Oh, Ludacris, okay."
Is Ludacris still doing it just on Snapchat?
Yeah, I don't know if he still is. I just knew that Ludacris was the host last time I watched it.
But is he though on Snapchat? What a turn of events.
It's beauty. It's art.
Fear Factor.
So now that Netflix has watched our full show pitch, listen to our whole show pitch, it is about time to wrap up the show. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to talk about before we get out of here?
I would like to bring it in.
Bring it in.
Yeah.
Can we wrap for a sec? Oh.
Yeah, we need to offbeat.
Yeah. Hey, Offbeat, I need you to get real close to the mic and talk real quiet.
Right here.
I'm glad that Taco did not forget about the ASMR section, because I did.
Yeah,
it's always the only reason I remember him.
Is this happening in the show?
This is a bit. I realize you've not watched the show and probably don't even know what it's called. So
Okay, that's fine.
this is what we're. Thank you, Taco.
Yeah,
Zoe's gonna be proud. Zoe doesn't even know what I'm doing for the podcast this week. This is gonna be a complete surprise to her, and she's gonna be so happy or so sad,
or angry. There's a lot of emotions.
or angry. Yeah, there's a lot of emotion going on. Yeah. Listen, this is our new podcast, 3 Guys in Your Ear.
I'm gonna back away from the mic now. I'm sorry. As soon as I said 3 guys in your ear, I could not.
Oh my god.
That's my new Netflix show, actually.
3 guys in your ear?
That's my new Pornhub show. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Sign me up. Let me crawl through that canal, baby.
That's gonna be on my OnlyFans.
I'm about to crawl through Offbeat's ear canal and beat on that eardrum.
Oh, that's so good. This has been an advertisement for our new podcast, 3 Guys in Your Ear. On anywhere you find podcasts do that where they'll drop someone else's show into their feed to advertise for it.
This is just a feed drop.
This is a feed drop of 3 Guys in Your Ear. That's actually going to be the name of this episode. Normally I say with Offbeat Outlaw for the name of the episode. This is just 3 Guys in Your Ear.
I don't even know that I'm a
It's not even going to be called episode 22 or anything. It's just going to be called 3 Guys in Your Ear.
We'll never lose Deadpool, though. Never.
We'll never. Deadpool. Hey, Deadpool, you're out there. I appreciate you.
We love you, bud.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for your money.
Fuck
Whoa!
I don't know.
He's our top patron.
Fuck you anyway.
As a host, you're required to have a picture of his profile picture, like, on your desk. To, like,
We will be
kiss before
sending
go to
you,
goodnight.
as your new host. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna just do the outro alone. I got this. Listen, if we have a new voicemail,
Hey,
I'm
Kelvin.
gonna put it here. So let's all pretend we just heard a voicemail. Wow, isn't that something?
Oh, that guy's
That
an
was
idiot.
so cool.
Yeah, it's usually just a shit post offbeat if you just want to prepare for that emotionally.
Instantly cummed.
There we go. That's good. Guys, if you'd like to help us get our new podcast, Three Guys Off Your Ear, off the ground, you can do so by donating to our Patreon. Patreon.com/LonelyBoyHour. You can get stuff like Untitled Bonus Show, where we tell you what Zoe's OnlyFans is going to be and where to find Bradley's dick. That's not even a joke.
If you have any other
Guys-
question, comments, or concerns, you can email us at Gmail. We'll get them.
Lonely Boy Hour.
No, just Gmail.
At
Gmail.com.
LonelyBoyHour@gmail.com.
Gmail.
Anyway, guys, I am
Gmail
Kelvin.
at Gmail.
You can find me at the Noodle Doodler most places. You can find me on Twitch at New Dude and True Nude. Oh, listen, I got a link tree in the bottom. Just look at it.
Also, Gmail. Zoe's still waiting to get served those papers.
Yeah, it's letting this bit go on. Taka, would you like to shill your stuff or shill Zoe's stuff? Your options are available.
Well, the human trash can living non-binary Danny DeVito streams at twitch.tv/trashy. And I stream at twitch.tv/datdirtytaco if you guys want to come hang out with me, see the snake, and that sounds lewd. Hey, see Rafiki. And
See the
play
snake.
some video games. And then, yeah, that's it for me.
Offbeat Outlaw, show your stuff.
So you can find me on TikTok under the name Offbeat Outlaw. You can also find me on YouTube under the same name, Offbeat Outlaw. I post I'm going to be posting lots of skits about Dungeons and Dragons and about other stuff that I think is funny. So hey, come on board. Love you.
Gotta get that kiss. That's how we're ending the episode. Anyway, guys, our intro music is Happy School by Joseph Falkenskold, and our ad break music is Focus on Myself by Gloria Tells, which brings us nicely into our song recommendation section, where we tell you a song we think you should listen to, and I believe Offbeat Outlaw, you had one that you already told me.
Yeah. It was called Hot Sauce from Bootsy Collins' amazing album in 2017, World of Funk, baby.
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 Taka, do you have a song recommendation?
Yeah.
I didn't tell you to do one, but
I'm
you've been on the show
always
before.
ready with the music. Mine's gonna be "Still Feel" by Half Alive, and that's my vibe song. That's like
so
getting me through the
good.
shit right now.
I've been shoulder shimmying for weeks. I don't know if you've seen the music video for that.
I'll tell you a story off mic about my first experience with that music video.
Oh, good. So you'd think I'd plan it since I do this podcast, but I'm just gonna go with the song that was been stuck in my head recently, which is "Monsters" by All Time Low and Black Bear. It's pretty all right. I'm not gonna like sit here and be like it's the best song ever, but you know, if you want a solid early 2000s pop song in the 2020s, it's here for you.
You did the
Yes, that's my early 2000s pop song. It's the Monster Mash.
You did the monster mash.
Forget Monsters. It's actually the Monster Mash now. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming, and make sure to get yourself tested.
Yeah.
I didn't know if Taco was going to do it or not. It's fine. It's okay.
The get yourself tested one.
No, so you know how Zoe normally says hydrate or dihydrate? You want to just do it now? Oh no!
I'll do it. Hydrate or dihydrate.